Hey, everybody, I'm Nicole Majik, your empowerment alchemist. I help business owners, coaches, and teams shift from resistance to resilience by facilitating profound spiritual shifts that create miraculous manifestations of wealth, purpose, and fulfillment. Today, we're exploring the power of your magnetic mind, how your beliefs have been creating your current reality, and how to consciously create one that aligns with your highest truth. You didn't come here to live someone else's story. You came to write your own. Today, we are rewiring the beliefs that were never yours to begin with and creating something radically aligned and real. We'll explore the three core human needs we all share, and then I'll guide you through the 8 steps to identify and release your limiting beliefs so you can finally replace them with something empowering and aligned to manifest the life you desire. So let's dive in. What are the 3 things everyone needs to feel fulfilled? Well, the first one is safety and security. Without it, we default to survival mode. And in survival mode, there's no space for growth. But when we do feel safe, confidence rises, courage comes alive, and we start making bold moves in our lives and businesses. The second thing is love and acceptance. We all want to feel accepted, respected, and loved. When we don't, we build walls. We start to people please. We distrust others, and eventually we isolate ourselves. But when we do feel connected, we allow for that vulnerability. And in that vulnerability lives fearless authenticity. You stop worrying about being judged and you finally just be. The third thing is empowerment. Without it, we try to control things. It leads to self doubt, anxiety, and feeling small and insignificant. Let it go long enough and it can lead to depression. But when we do feel empowered, we trust ourselves. We not only make aligned decisions for ourselves, but we do so for others and we lift others up. And that's how we go from scarcity to abundance together. So, what's holding you back? It's the limiting beliefs. And what are those limiting beliefs? They are the beliefs that cause your life to feel less than completely satisfying. So let me say that again. A limiting belief is a belief that makes your life feel like it's not quite enough, like there's something missing. These beliefs are superfoods for your fears. They're the thoughts that get triggered by a feeling in the moment, and then suddenly you're just spiraling out, feeling and thinking things like, I'm not worthy, I'm not safe, I'm not in control, life is hard, I can't, and maybe I'm just not good enough. And when these beliefs take over, it feels like there's never enough. So, never enough time, never enough money, love, space, or not enough support to do what you really want to do. And that is really overwhelming, isn't it? And now, here's the thing, these beliefs were originally adopted to protect you from uncomfortable, painful, or vulnerable emotional states. So, yeah, they served a purpose. They were there to help you feel safe, but that purpose, it's outdated now, and it's pretty faulty. And here's the kicker, limiting beliefs will negatively affect every area of your life. They creep in like a nightmare, like the boogeyman that's sneaking around, and they get into everything, even though there's often nothing real behind them. Your beliefs direct your thoughts, and your thoughts direct your actions. And what ends up happening with that is those actions create your reality. And if you believe that you're doomed to fail, well, you won't even try. You'll just think, why bother? And then insert whatever excuse or belief that you've been carrying around. Why bother? I'm just not smart enough. Why bother? I never follow through. Why bother? No one wants what I offer. Whatever that is exactly how limiting beliefs get in the way. And remember, nothing happens until you take action. So these limiting beliefs show up everywhere in your career, in your finances, your health, your relationships. They even hijack your intuition. And that's why you start second guessing yourself. That's why you stop trusting your gut and start overthinking everything. It's also why so many people feel stuck in self doubt, even when deep down they know they're meant for more. Did you know 87% of what we think, say, and hear is negative? And over 95% of what we do is driven by the subconscious. And that the subconscious is 1,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind. And it takes 7 positive statements just to neutralize one negative one. It sounds like a design flaw, right? So, what happens when you flip the script and start reprogramming your subconscious with empowering beliefs? Magic. That's when life starts unfolding for you, not against you. That's when you start manifesting anything that you desire in alignment with your divine purpose. So let's break it down. Here's how to release and replace limiting beliefs so you can experience that kind of magic in your life. Step one is identify the belief. Awareness is always the first step. Pick an area where you feel stuck, whether it's money, love, health, and notice the thoughts that surface. Ask yourself, what do I believe that's keeping me stuck? And then look for patterns like, I'll never have enough. I'm always left behind. I can't succeed. These are the clues that are pointing to your limiting beliefs. Step two is find the source. Once you've identified what your belief is, ask, where did this come from? Most of our beliefs are formed between ages 0 and 7, and they're shaped by our parents, our caregivers, and our early environments. And many of them are passed down generationally. Those epigenetic beliefs were never truly yours. So recognizing that is super powerful. For instance, if your parents fought over money, you might carry that same stress, even when you're financially stable. If the belief is that you've never had enough or that you'll never have enough, you'll unconsciously find ways to keep that fear alive. And you'll be staying in a constant state of worry. So dig deep. Where did it start? Whose voice is it? That's where healing begins. The third step is apply the truth serum. Ask yourself, is this belief really true? Or did I just misinterpret a moment? Sometimes as kids, we assign deep meaning to simple events, and then that becomes our truth. Like thinking, I'm not important because a parent waved us off while they are on the phone. But looking back as adults, we can see the truth. It wasn't personal. So challenge the belief. This is necessary in order to reframe the story in step 6. So let's go to step 4. Release that belief. Once you see it's not true and it no longer serves you, let it go. Say it out loud. This belief is not true. It no longer serves me, and I release it. Thank it for the role it played, but know that you've outgrown it. And forgive yourself, forgive your lineage, invite your ancestors to support the release, not just for you, but for them and all the generations that follow. Feel the emotions, let them pass, and then open yourself up to a new reality because you are limitless. Step 5 is visualize life without it. And now that this belief is gone, envision what it feels like for the rest of your life looking forward. What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it sound like, smell like, and taste like? Soak it all in and embody it. This isn't just a visualization, it's an activation. You are imprinting a new reality into your being right now and shifting your energy to match the life that you're stepping into. Step 6, reframe and replace. So now that we have identified that belief and we've discovered it is no longer true and doesn't serve us and we release it, we can now craft a new belief, something positive, something empowering, and something limitless. I'm going to give you an example. I had this old belief growing up that I wasn't worthy to receive money unless I worked really hard for it and only through my own efforts. That belief came from a mix of things that I picked up from my dad, including things like if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. Couple that with in order to have money, you have to work really hard. So let's break it down. I'm not worthy to receive money unless I work really hard to obtain it by my own efforts. That belief meant that there was no way I could make money unless I did all the work myself. And it had to be intensive, whether in labor or mentally stressful, because if it wasn't hard, it didn't count and it wouldn't produce money. Sound familiar? So, guess what I did? And maybe some of you do this too. I would overcomplicate every simple task. Why? Because the belief was it had to be hard. And I had to do it all by myself, which meant I couldn't accept help from anyone else. So that one belief limited me in so many ways until I released it. And once I let it go, everything shifted. I was suddenly able to lead groups, teams, entire departments through tough times, even across 5 countries. That's why setting the stage for transformation is so important. These words we speak to ourselves, these beliefs that we carry, they have massive power. So you want to intentionally create something just as powerful, but in the opposite direction that actually supports you. So I took that old belief, I'm not worthy to receive money unless I work really hard to obtain it by my own efforts, and I replaced it with this: large sums of money come to me swiftly, easily, and abundantly while doing what I love. It's positive, empowering, and limitless. And yes, it has evolved over time as I've grown, but it started with that powerful reframe. So now we're moving on to step 7. You want to find the evidence, find the proof that your new belief is valid. Once I changed mine, it was like magic. I made money in my sleep. I even made money while feeding my cat. That's when it hit me. It can be easy and it can be very joyful. So find the evidence, reinforce the truth of your new belief. Let that become your new story. Don't just say it, live it. Practice daily affirmations, but here's the truth about affirmations: they only support the beliefs that you already have. That's why those steps to change the belief are so important, because if affirmations have not worked for you before, this is probably why. They were only solidifying a negative belief that you already held, making it even more difficult to change. If you don't believe it, it will only reinforce the opposite. So visualize, feel the energy of that new truth. This raises your vibration to something new that the universe will respond to and create a new manifested reality. The more you feel it, the more your subconscious accepts it as reality and attracts the things that support this new vibration. Find the evidence that is true and use that to amplify that vibration. Step 8 is observe and record the results. Pay attention to what shifts: new feelings, new actions, new outcomes. Write them down. Some of the changes will be subtle, others will be undeniable. And tracking your growth keeps you aligned and shows you that the work is working. This journey is something that is ongoing, and as you evolve, new layers will emerge. That's not regression, that's transformation. Revisit the process, and each round will become lighter, deeper, and more powerful. Peace replaces pressure. Flow replaces force. This is how you rise. So, as we wrap up, a few final thoughts from me. You are not broken. You never ever were. You are simply carrying out outdated beliefs that were never truly yours to begin with. Beliefs that once served a purpose, but no longer reflect the truth of who you are or who you're becoming. Now, it's time to release them. Reclaim your power and realign with your truth, as well as the life you're truly meant to live. When you commit to this inner work, everything shifts. Life opens up, and your reality begins to reflect the energy of your new beliefs. It doesn't have to be hard. It can be aligned, flowing, and yes, even miraculous. And that's exactly what I'm here to support you with. Take a look at the free gifts I've created just for you. They're designed to support you on this journey, to help you reconnect with your truth, your passion, and your purpose, so you can finally live the life you've always dreamed of, feeling safe, supported, deeply loved, and fully empowered with who you truly are. I love hearing how these steps help you, and I love celebrating your breakthroughs and your victories, whether they're small or large. So please reach out, share your stories, your shifts, those magical moments with me. I'll always send a message of encouragement and celebration back, because you deserve to be seen, heard, and celebrated. Thank you all for being here. Let's rewrite this story together.